Hey guys, Aaron here with Metra. So in the midst of doing our double din installation on our 97 TJ, we actually ran into a quite common problem with these where the previous owners actually cut the harness. Now they did do us a benefit of winding everything together, so we have a general idea where we're going to go, but what we're going to do is use one of these replacement harnesses that Metra makes. It's a 71 1817, and this is going to put this back to factory standard. To do this, it has all the wire colors that you need. Now you don't have to have a schematic. With a tone generator and a digital meter, you can actually find the wires that you need. You can also get this information offline or off the internet through forums. This is all data. Metra doesn't provide these, but there are numerous places online where you can get this wiring detail and put the harness in. We're actually going to be doing it the old-fashioned way. Metra gives us all the color codes on our replacement harnesses. So we're going to be using a tone generator and digital multimeter to find what each one of these wires do. And we're going to show you how to do polarity testing on your speakers. So with that, let's dive in. All right, so to start off with, what we're going to do is we're going to try to find a good ground. So the way we do that is we put this on noise mode, which for this meter is all the way down. So if you touch these tips together, you're going to hear reference, right? So that's what we want to do. We're going to use the antenna as our first. We know that goes to ground. So then we have this wire. Now most Chrysler products of this age has a spade connector or a 10 mil ground strap that actually connects to the radio, but we just want to verify that this is indeed the part we're looking for. All right, and like that, we did verify this is ground. So we're going to strip this back because we need a ground reference. It's going to be very difficult to hold it like we did the whole time. Now, if your meter has an alligator clip, you can use that as well, but I'm just going to strip it back and twist this. So now what we want to do is switch our meter to DC voltage, and we're going to be looking for our constant wire. This is the wire that feeds from the battery. Yeah, okay, so pink white in this case is our constant wire. Now we can verify that with our schematic, and we do come down. Pink white is fused B+, so that's battery positive. So we're going to cross our bag here, and 12 volt battery on your replacement harness is going to be yellow wire. It's this guy right here. And today, to make all our connections just like we did with the radio, we're going to be using the install bay heat shrink with solder kit. Now the easiest way to do this in car is to hold the side with the connector. That's where all your weight's going to be pulling down. Just going to take our favorite lighter underneath the heat shrink first, right in the blue part of the flame. Wait for that to melt, then pull your heat to the sides. And that ran nicely. So we're going to hold a second, wait for this to reform, and while we're waiting, we're going to take a look at the bag. Next one we're going to be looking for is going to be 12 volt accessory. So that's going to be the red wire on this plug. Now when you're looking for 12 volt accessory, you are going to have to turn the vehicle on to accessory power 2. You don't have to have the engine running, but you do have to have it the second click forward in this Jeep. And again, we're just going to trace these wires and find where we now have 12 volt power. All right, once that forms up, move on to the next. So just moving down the list here, we have ground. Now this harness doesn't have a ground in it, so we're going to jump down. Power antenna. For us, it's going to be orange illumination. So this is going to be 12 volt constant while the switch is on, regardless of what you're doing with the dimmer. It's going to be 12 volt constant. All right, so you can turn the Jeep off for this because you just need parking lamps. So pull it out to the first click, and we're going to meter this orange wire here. All right, so that's showing about 12 volts. We're going to turn the rheostat. All right, so this orange wire is actually our dimmer. Let's go to the black yellow. It too has 12 volts on it. We're going to turn our rheostat, and it stays at 12 volts. So this is going to be our illumination wire. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut this brown one short because we don't actually have a mute wire in the harness for this vehicle. So we can just tape that off later. So now we've come to some speaker wires. These are going to be your front negatives. And on the other side, you have your front positives. But we got to find them. So the easiest way to do that, you're going to put your meter back to ohms mode, which, like a horseshoe shape. We're going to grab our ground strap here. This does not tell you the polarity of the speaker, but it will help you find the speaker. And you're going to be looking for usually 4 ohms, but it can be as high as 8. We have one speaker here, and it's showing 4 ohms. So we're going to strip these wires back. And we have another tool. This is a tone generator / polarity tester that you can also get through our install bay line. This is actually going to do 2 things for us. It'll tell us our polarity and help us locate what speaker wires we just found. So we're going to turn that on. All right, so we have found the passenger's front speaker. Now with this, it says a built-in microphone on it. All right, and to get polarity, you hold it up to the speaker, and if it flashes green, you have your positive and your negative correct. From this, we know that this blue wire is right front positive, and this purple wire is white front negative. So now we need to locate those on our harness. So we're going to reference the bag. Right front positive is gray, right front negative, gray black. Again, we're holding the weight on our new harness because this is our first wire to go. Concentrate your fire on the solder. Wait for it to flow out. And then for this, you'll find your gray black is on the other harness. Since our Jeep actually has this style of grounding strap, we're going to add this male and female spade end to the strap, so when we bring our radio in, we actually have something to connect the ground wire to. So before we put all these wires back into the dashboard, we want to give them a factory dressing because there's 2 harnesses. You do want to make a split at some point. So I'm gonna start from the back, and we're gonna roll forward. All right, and like that, you're done. Back to factory connectors.